Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? Don't mind the lawnmower in the background. How's it going? It is my Tuesday live time, 12:30 right now. I'm super excited. Thank you all for the tons of birthday wishes I've gotten on Facebook, on my personal page, in Messenger, and like videos and all kinds of stuff. So thank you. That means a lot to me. So I went to really inspiring mastermind last week. And what I love to do is after I go to something that's really impactful like that, I really love to come back home, re-go over all my notes, and then digest that and then give that back out to you. So I thought that it was super appropriate. It's my birthday. Let me know if you're here or say happy birthday. Love to know who's watching. I want to share out this framework with you that I thought was really cool. So a lot about what we do in our company and what we help people do is expand their vision. And I think that there is so much potential that we have within us that needs to sometimes be called out by somebody. And so what I mean by that is having somebody who's got your back, who's listening supportively to you, one-on-one is like right there where you need to be. So let me know if you're here, if you're watching. I'm gonna pull it up on my phone. So let me get an idea. If you already know what your vision is, go ahead and drop that in the comments. Let me know, what do you think your vision is? Here's the thing that's kind of interesting. Vision doesn't just have to be for a business. It can be for you as a person. It can be a vision statement for your family. It can be a vision for what your community looks like, or even your relationship. If you are just, have a partner or in a marriage, don't have kids yet, you can have a vision for that. And so I think a lot of times we make it to be this big scary thing, and it doesn't have to be that. So I'm just going to check over here. The lawnmower is going loud. Oh, okay. Thank you, Yasha. Appreciate it. See, I don't know for whatever. Oh, okay, here it is. Okay, I'm getting comments now. Cool. Awesome. Thank you, Yasha. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's talk about vision. And I actually have broken it down into this acronym to make this a sizable piece that you can take with you and be able to utilize it. So the first piece, V, is going to be the version of yourself you haven't met yet. And I think this is a really fun one. So I was talking to my fitness guy who comes over to my house. He's a Fit Pro. He comes to my house to work out. Why, you might wonder? Well, if you've seen any of my zillion posts, fitness is like one of the hardest areas of life for me to set a goal and then actually hit the goal. So I have to have somebody who will come to my house, ring a doorbell for accountability, and then I'm kind of forced to do whatever he wants to work out because, he's here. Thank you, Christina. Appreciate it. So V, the first part of the vision framework, is the version of yourself you haven't met yet. This is super exciting because it gives you, just yourself, a chance to take your brain to the furthest extents of who you see yourself being. So Christina, I know you're like in this really transition stage of your life. So this might be a great time for you to take this framework, apply it to yourself. Just do it on a piece of paper, like right here. I just did it on my piece of paper here. Got a little heart from Sayoni. But you want to expand who you could be beyond any measure of what you've thought was possible. That's really when you're talking about who is this person I haven't met yet. So who is Christina 1 year from now? Who is Christina 2 years from now? Thanks, Suze. Thanks for the birthday wishes. Thank you, John. You want to take a look at that and write that down. So as I said, again, it could be for your business, but it could be for your personal life. Like if you're like me, we're getting to middle age, which is kind of strange. I don't really consider myself middle-aged, but I guess technically speaking, I'm 39. And I was just telling somebody who was wishing me happy birthday, I was like, they're like, oh, well, you're not too old yet. And I was like, I don't really care. I'm like way happier at 39 than I was at 29. And way happier at 29 than I was at 19. So far for me, age has been a good thing. I've gotten wiser, I've gotten smarter, and more importantly, I've gotten happier with who I am. And I think a lot of that comes down to this. So I is the identity of who this person is. So back to the ION framework. So identity is one of those trickiest things to figure out and see what does it mean. So identity can shape how you view yourself. And so you need to take a look at this future version of you and the things that they do and they act and they have and they say. Identify maybe even a person you see who you could be like or that you like parts and pieces from, and start to like ascribe what are some of their characteristics, what do they think, what do they read, how do they act like, and this is a really good one, this is a really good question, what is that person's standards? What are your standards for what your new identity is? That's a really good one. Because sometimes I think when you say, hey, so what's your vision? It's such a big question. It's like, it can make you automatically want to go small. Or you get that little smirk on your face where you're like, I'm not sure I can tell anybody that. Like, could I tell people that I want to have 1 million YouTube followers by 2023? Can I tell people that I want to have an 8-figure business by 2026? Can I tell people I want to have $2 million, $1 to $2 million of revenue by the end of this year? Am I allowed to say that? Am I allowed to proclaim that? What happens if I do and then I get judged? So sometimes we cringe and shrivel up our vision because of fear of judgment. So this is something, the framework, you can just do on your own in your sheet. If you want my framework typed out, I actually have a handout that I do for people who are applying to work with me. I'm happy to share that out. So just type vision into the live and I'll get that over to you. So the next piece of vision is the S, and that is self-limiting beliefs that are trying to defeat you, to block you, or to shrink what that vision of your future self actually looks like. So go ahead and write them out. What are some of the self-limiting beliefs that pop up for you, that start to block you, that start to make you feel like you should make it a little bit smaller, that you should contain what you're thinking? You want to get that down so that you can at least look at it. Because the first step of beating a self-limiting belief is by having awareness that it actually exists. So the step after that would be another I in vision, and that is write out the impact you want to make on human beings. So people get confused with mission statements in their branding and their brand heart, like who they actually are, with their vision. So a mission might be something like, we want to help online entrepreneurs get to their best level of branding so they can attract their best clients, raise their revenues, and have more increased profits. That could be a mission statement. What a vision statement is that we at launch would like to help anybody who is a minority female, specifically moms, and the LGBTQ community out there to advance themselves in business, to get to the top levels, as in CEOs of Fortune 500 companies, and also to get many, many, many more women and mompreneurs into the $1 million club. Getting to the revenue bracket that's past $1 million. If you don't know this, I preach it all the time. I like to get information out there. Only 4% of women-owned businesses make more than $1 million in revenue. And I'm not talking 20 million. I'm talking 1 million. So 7 figures. Only 4% of businesses, all businesses out there, are female-run businesses. So that is troubling. And the reason it's troubling, it's a known fact. Money may not bring you happiness, but it sure as heck brings you power. And it definitely brings you optionality for you to decide, who do you hire? So tell me this. Find where you get most passionate about the human race, or something else that's related to the world, or some problem that you want to solve. So vision is something that you'd like, if you believe in burials or your funeral, is like, what would people say at your eulogy? What would you be remembered for? What is a legacy that you would leave behind when you left? Because at the end of the day, when you're like 104 and you're like ready to peace out and moon onward and upward or recycle your soul, You don't really care about your money. You don't care about your physical, assets, anything you have. You don't care about any of that. You care about the impact that you left on the generations and the people that you helped while you're here. That's what vision is. So that's I. O is obvious opportunities you've been ignoring. This is one of my favorite ones because I love as you are growing and getting better and smarter and making more money and all of those things. As you're growing as an individual, when you get through this framework, you'll start to see opportunities that have been right in front of you, but you thought were not accessible to you. You didn't see them because you were so clouded with doubt, self-judgment, and again, back to the S, the self-limiting beliefs. And then the final step is writing out N. N is what are the next steps for you to attain this version of yourself. So next steps is not like a diatribe of 17 things that you need to do. Next steps boil down to the one singular next tiny move do you need to take to go into the right direction. If one is just too much, you can stick to 3. I'm a kind of fan of 1 or 3s. I don't know. I never have anything in 2s. Like the designer and me won't let me do it. Thank you guys for the happy birthdays. Let me know if you'd like this vision framework. If you have questions, holler at me. Let me know what you think about this and where you might see yourself applying this. Because if you can get your vision dialed in, if you can figure that out, you're on a pathway towards expanding what life looks like right now. It all really starts there. Your energy, where your time goes, where your money goes. They say where someone spends their time, money, energy is the truest indication of where their actual intentions lie. So be intentional about where is all of this time going? Where is the energy going? Where are your thoughts going? And if we can contain it and create a really simple framework for you to follow and be able to implement on, imagine how much closer you'll be to the version of yourself that you want to be and haven't met yet. Thank you, Jesse. I'm going to make it to 104. I just went big with it. You might make it to 104. Thank you, Nimish Kaka. Thank you, Corey. Appreciate you guys for hopping on here. I'm going to be coming up with more topics and a more consistent time of going lives. But so far, I'm practicing imperfect action. I encourage you to do the same. And we're also on my team. We're expanding our team at launch if you're interested. It's been super fun. We're bringing on a lot of creative people. We're bringing on copywriters, salespeople, all kinds of stuff. So we're building out the team. And what that allows me to do is to get more purposeful and more intentional about the topics I want to come on here and really share out with the world. Like if one of my motivations is to leave a positive imprint on the world and to inspire more people. I want to inspire people to get to that next level, that capacity they have within them that they haven't quite found yet. So that's my mission. That's my purpose. That's my goal. That's why I keep coming on here to do lives. And I hope this is helpful for you because when I talk to entrepreneurs, the very first thing they might say is, I need help with sales. I need help with marketing. I can't find my audience. I don't understand how to convert someone for Messenger. And I say, yep, got it, wrote it down, got it down on a piece of paper. And then I'll say, what does your vision look like for this company? And they're like, oh, well, and then they get into what they're going to do for their clients. And it's a huge difference in what are you going to do day to day for your clients versus why do you really get up in the morning and why do you want to pursue this business? If you're so focused on this is what I do for my clients, this is what I do for my clients, this is how I help my clients make money or save time or get fit, you'll get to the first 10K months that way. But if you want to get past 10K, you've got to be able to dial in your vision and just shoot it out almost like it's an elevator pitch. You've got to live it, dream it, breathe it coming out from you. And then that energy you'll find is so contagious to people. People always ask me about my energy. How do you have this energy? How do you have this energy? I like your energy. I love being around you. I like this thing that you do. And while I would love to take credit for that and just say it's a personality thing, I'm not always in a good mood. Ask my husband, ask my good friends. I am not always in a good mood. And I try to like share that openly because I think it's stupid that Facebook makes it sound like people are happy all the time, just winning at life, just sailing along. It makes all of us feel insecure. What's wrong with me? What's wrong with my life? What's wrong with my relationship? What's wrong with my body? That doesn't make any sense. So that fire within is getting fed by a different fire. And that fire is outside of me. That fire is the vision that I have of wanting to impact more people's lives, wanting to inspire more people to get to their next step. And the way to do that is by learning and understanding people at a completely different level, speaking in a way that hits home to people, really, really resonates with them. If you can stop and find what your vision is and why you want to do what you're doing, it'll make it so much easier for you to get on every day, to post the post, do the organic, show up live, respond to the messenger, watch that next training module. But I think the biggest thing is showing up with courage and being able to put yourself out there into the big wide world and being not sure how it's going to come out. How is it going to come out? How is it going to be received? How is it going to be judged? Those are normal human fears. I even have them. People often tell me I don't have I'm just so vulnerable, this, that. I also do have fears. I also worry about stuff. But I have to push through that because there's something bigger that I'm going after. There's something bigger that's beyond me, that I can't get caught up in little things like how many people watched my live, how many people commented, oh, should I do this post, should I do that post? It isn't, that stuff is all vanity metrics. It's all vanity metrics because I'll tell you this, consistency compounds. And that is a famous quote by a guy who I don't remember his name, some famous dude. So it's not my quote, but consistency compounds. So if you just keep showing up in the manner of which that's you, truly you, but amplified, you will be able to take it to the next level. But where most people struggle and have a problem, they don't quite know what that inner them is. They don't know what the inner you really looks like. They don't know how to find it within themselves, so then be able to actually amplify it and put it out into the world. So if you're searching for that and you've gotten lost, you can't find it, you're not sure, you think it's this because people told you, but you're not feeling in alignment with it, you think it might be something else, that's really common. We all have blinders and blind spots onto ourselves. So if you need help calling that out, pulling that out, and defining what your vision is, hit me up in DM, hit me up in Messenger, let me know where you're struggling at. If I've got a free training or something, more than happy to help you. If you're looking to really get help, we can jam on that and see if it makes sense. But that is the key to having that attractive energy where you do naturally build a following, where people do come inbounding you with requests to work with you. It's very possible. There's a ton of my clients do not like cold DMs, and I don't blame them. If you DM somebody cold, you're going to get a cold response back. Whereas if you're operating from this vision framework that I outlined, you are operating from a place of a source of a geyser. It just keeps flowing. So let me know if you have any questions. Again, if you want the framework, drop vision below. If you watch this later, hashtag me replay, but I will be coming on here much more consistently, and I hope to see you here too. Take care. Bye.